Es Apasionando right here on Mustang Radio off his Damelo album. One of my favorite songs of his and one of my favorite albums complete, man. One of those you can listen to from beginning to end without stopping. As much as many of his other albums that he has out, man. It's one of the greatest. So, but nonetheless, we want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, and of course, we want to thank this next gentleman who's going to be who's on the line with us right now, and he's one of the legends in the Onda Tejana. Over 50 years in the business, over 80 albums, Grammy Award winner, Hall of Famer. Ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorites, Mr. Augustin Ramirez. Hello, sir.
Saludos, how you doing, Juan Mendoza Jr.? Thank you for inviting me to talk to the people over here and spend a little time with you, get to know you. I don't think I ever met you in person, and if I have, I pensar.
I've been to quite a few of your shows, and we've actually met in person, and there was a couple times you guys, if you want to do an interview, let's go ahead, but somehow the time never was always right for it, but I'm glad the time is right. It's a pleasure, it's an honor for me, like I said, you're one of my favorites of all time, with Sonny and Freddie and Joe and many others out there, Pio Trevino, and it's an honor for us to have you on the show.
I appreciate it. First of all, I want to agradecerte y darte las gracias por nominating me the Legend of the Year and the little plaque you gave me. I appreciate it. I want to thank Mustang Radio and of course you and all your staff de parte de Augustin Ramirez. Sinceramente les agradezco. And for playing también la música que les mandamos Nada Contigo, featuring Joe Bravo and myself. We decided to do a song together, but we hadn't done one in years, since we were recording for Sarap back then,
Yeah.
So it turned out okay, and I appreciate you spinning it for the people and giving us a chance to get on the top 20. Queremos agradecerle a toda la gente que escucha, of course, un saludo de parte de su amigo Augustin Ramirez de siempre, para todos mis fanáticos que escuchan el Mustang Radio, all right? Un saludo de parte y un abrazo de parte de Augustin Ramirez, y Joe Bravo y toda la palomilla de los Legends,
Thank you. I'm glad I seen somebody took a picture. One of the photographers out there at the KADA show that they had out there, and she said that you took the plaque with you out there and you were showing it off. So I was like, "Wow, that's an honor for us, that you took the plaque with you."
Yeah, my trumpet player he got a ¿cómo se dice? Una frame for it y me la llevó para allá y dijo, pues qué padre, la voy a poner aquí en la mesa. And this lady saw it and said, let me take a picture with you. And I said, sure. And sure enough, after a couple of days we did the event for Queda, salió on Facebook, so I shared it with the people, and everybody's happy. Of course, I appreciate you guys being happy for me. I'm still around after 50 years. I figure at least 52 years, porque I actually started after this 1964. I think it was around 65, maybe late 65, 66 at the most,
Yeah.
Pero yes, I'm from way back, old school. Did a lot of recordings during my careers, and we did. Well, of course, we do también productions with Freddie Records, with the Legends and all that. And tenemos algo nuevo que va a salir muy pronto. Quiero darles unas novedades de Freddie Records, si me permiten. Les grabamos un tribute album a Ramón Ayala.
Oh wow.
And we invited Los Palominos to do the music since Ramón toca conjunto, so Freddie decided to get Los Palominos, which are recording for Freddie Records. And we did a lot of songs de Ramón Ayala, las que ha grabado él en su history, some of the best. And we got together the Legends and we did a whole CD for Ramón Ayala. It should be coming out pretty soon. We're planning to be at the Tejano Convention in August.
Nice.
Si Dios quiere, nos presta vida y salud. And they're thinking about if by then, before then, we have it mastered and everything, and it's out already and being promoted on the radios and this and that. We might decide to do a show there with out of that production,
Yeah.
honoring Ramon Ayala.
Nice.
Pero that's still up in the air. We're still waiting and see what's going to happen. Pero for sure I'm gonna be there en agosto at the Tejano Convention. So queremos invitarlos a toda la raza. Siempre van y nos apoyan todos la tejanada.
Yeah.
And also well, the year started pretty slow, pero como quiera que sea, it gives me a chance to rest up a little bit porque last year we were busy all year, and I'm very grateful to all my fans and promoters que helped me out getting jobs and this and that, and of course my band pero we're also going on a cruise in September from the 20th to the 23rd. We're heading out from Los Angeles, California this time. So we're going to be busy on that too. And I think we're going to have a lot of people on board. So we're going to have a good time with everybody. Vamos a invitarlos. Y pues todo lo demás, pues son tocaditas aquí, weddings and anniversaries and ¿qué te puedo decir más? Y bailecitos y todo esto. So, ahí nos estamos mirando, si Dios quiere, un día de estos, raza. Les habla Agustín, un saludo para todos ustedes que están escuchando. Todavía estoy aquí, Guti, seguro.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, you're one of the favorites that I have, and the new single that you guys have out with Joe Bravo, Nada Contigo, has been on our countdown for quite a few weeks already, probably more than 13 weeks, which is pretty much up there. A lot of people like it, a lot of people kept voting for it, so we're glad
we did another one. We did another one besides that one. It's El Vagante, and I'm gonna email you that one this next week, so you can start spinning it. But la gente también para que lo oiga. And of course, that's going to be on my new volume 9. That's those recordings, and we're still doing some more work here in Freddie Records.
Nice.
Para terminar, I did one for honoring Carlos Miranda. Mm-hmm. One of Carlos Miranda's hits, que si recuerdan se llamaba Nadie. Mm-hmm. Para mí tú eres nadie. Esa la grabé yo también to honor Mr. Carlos Miranda, which was a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And ahí vamos, tú sabes, pegándole so we can keep our Tejano music alive y que siga la onda.
Nice. Yeah, the thing with the plaque was we wanted to honor our legends because you guys are still out there. You guys are still hitting all these events and still putting out music to this day, 50 plus years later. And especially with you, have 80 plus albums later, your Grammy Award, your Hall of Famer, and you're still putting it out there. And of course, one of my favorites, personal favorites, every time I grew up listening to your music, my mm-hmm. grandmother, my dad, my uncles, my aunts, and all their cousins.
I hear that story over and over.
Yeah. it's
an honor for me to live. Yeah, it's really an honor for me to hear all this. I don't get tired of it because that represents my years of being in the business, all these years, and I'm honored because not too many artists get a chance to do it for so long, ¿entiendes?
Yeah.
And one thing about me, I don't know if ever since I was a kid, I always liked those cuando salieron las little recorders que parecían radios chiquitos,
yeah,
y cassettes and all that. I would always, even when I was a kid, even before I started music, I used to love to record myself on just my voice on the little recorders, and I guess that was one of my dreams, and of course la guitarra también. I would go crazy with the guitar sounds, and every time my uncles and my dad tenía hermanos, y todos ellos tocaban y cantaban como, se hacían voces como los trío Los Panchos and all that. Yeah. And when they used to hang out in the room and they had the guitars and they were singing, and I was a little kid, I'd be the first one in front right there on the floor, man, checking them out, and me gustaba la guitarra, so I would always look at their fingers, how they would press the strings and all that. So the first thing I would do after they finished and they would lay down the guitar, man, I'd go out there and grab it and I'd start practicing those little inversions, man, that I would catch. Yeah. So como quiera que sea, and another little story on liking to record, porque tengo muchas grabaciones. I've done a lot of them, and that's really That's really good porque I don't know of anybody else that has that many recordings, but Johnny Gonzalez, the owner of El Zarape Records, when I went in, after Little Joe finished the contract, you know, se terminó el contrato con Zarape y Joe was going to start his Buena Suerte record label. So that's when Johnny Gonzalez saw me singing with a group named Fred Salas y los Latinos de aquí de Austin. I used to do las canciones de Ciro Lopez, and Fred Salas had heard me before singing las canciones when I used to work with another small band, you know, and Fred Salas's brother was doing the bass with us, and so he would go up there and check us out, see what we were doing, rehearsing. Anyway, so when when Fred Salas invited me to join his group, we used to play at the club, Manhattan Club in Dallas. That was back then, and Mr. Fred Salas was a singer, of course, and the leader. Pero de repente me dijo, ¿sabes qué? Yo canto una canción y comenzó a presentar ahí en frente de Johnny y Lucius de la Garza. You know, I was a new kid in the block, como quien dice. And when Johnny Gonzalez heard me singing, you know, he approached me at the intermission. And that's when he pulled me aside and he said, "Would you like to record for Zarape? You know, Little Joe's recording for me, but he's about to leave." Ahí me comenzó a decir. So yo de volada le dije, "Sure," you know. So that's when I was at the right time at the right place, or at the right place at the right time, como dicen. And I started recording for Zarape. And Johnny Gonzalez was amazed porque todo te decía, chinga, he would always tell everybody, chingas, este vato no quiere salir del estudio, quiere estar en el estudio todo el tiempo. Le digo, pues querías que te grabara.
One of the hard workers.
As a kid, I always liked to record, you know, and so you know, you couldn't take that away from him, man. And every time that Johnny planned to dance over there or something, yo llegaba como un día antes y me metía al estudio, and man, I'd be in the studio all the time, man. And Johnny Gonzalez would always tell everybody, man, this guy always wants to be in the studio. And that's why I got a lot of recordings, because no me sacaban del estudio.
Like one of the hard workers, huh? The one that just always all work and no play, huh?
Yeah, my mom was a inspiration to me because she was a real happy woman. My mom, rest in peace, you know. Desde que estaba chiquillo, she would always be cocineando, haciéndolo en la casa y cante y bailando y todo este jale. She was a real happy, you know, woman and energetic, and she loved to hear the radio, you know, like, oían un programa que tenía Austin, se llamaba Lalo Campos programa, y se oía hasta Lockhart. And that was the radio station that she used to listen to, and she would sing songs with whatever they played there, you know, and so she was a big inspiration, huge inspiration, you know, that she left in my life, you know, and I just took music, and I appreciate. And I love it todavía, of course, you know, sin música no hay vida, como dicen, you know. Yeah. And music's my life, and I appreciate it, and I want to thank all my fanatics, everybody that ever since I started, you know, de volada gustó la gente. See, the idea that Johnny Gonzalez también also helped me, porque cuando ya salió Joe, before Joe terminated the contract, he signed me up. And Johnny Gonzalez made a caravana. You know, it's kind of like a tour, ¿me entiendes? But they used to call it caravana. And we had in that caravana, we had a comedy show, and Little Joe traía go-go girls en ese tiempo, the legendary, ¿se acuerdas? I don't know if you go back that far, but como quiera que sea. So cuando we traveled all Texas and all that, and out of state, Johnny was, of course, me puso a me to be the opening act for Joe West. Yeah. So I got Little Joe pues andaba estirando, you know, estirando con madre, estirando mucha gente, and so that helped me to perform in front of a lot of people. Yes. Yeah. So that Johnny Gonzalez had the right idea. He broke me in there with the right group, and a lot of people got to hear me. So it gave me a chance to be listened, and that helped me a lot to my career. you know, a lot of people accepted me, and yeah, when I went on my own, pues, you know, agarré vuelo. Gracias a Dios.
Yeah.
So that's how my career started.
Nice. After all these years, and when you go out there and perform, how does it feel to have the people still singing to your music?
Well, that's what makes my life, man. You know, it's beautiful. You know, it's a really good gift that the Lord gives us. You know, it's an honor to be out there and seeing people like como Tres Ramitas. I wrote that for my mom. You know, I dedicated my first three born, so she died real young, mi mamá. Mm-hmm. So Tres Ramitas, actually, I wrote it. But those Tres Ramitas were my three firstborns, and my mom didn't get to see them, ¿entiendes? And that's how I inspired something for my mom to dedicate it to her. Mm-hmm. You know, that's why the words, if you listen to them, yo se lo dedico que un día ella los mirará a mis hijos en el cielo cuando ya estemos todos juntos allá, como dice Dios.
Yeah.
Pero that's the story of that one, but I really am grateful to the Lord for keeping me for all these years, and like they say, you know, it's not what we plan; it's what God plans for you, ¿me entiendes? And when God takes over your life, you know, and you just do what you like to do and what you're happy. Like when you're in dance, como me preguntas, how does it feel? It feels beautiful, you know. And to see people dancing and enjoying, you're making people enjoy life. I mean, that's a great gift you got, ¿me entiendes? To see and to make people happy, ¿me entiendes? And a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people cry with the ramitas, and a lot of people give me compliments, you know, and they thank me for my music, for making them happy. A lot of people from a lot of vets that went to the Vietnam War, you know, when I did the Sea por el Amor de Dios song that I recorded.
Yeah.
You know, during the Vietnam years, a lot of veterans, I made friends, fíjate, ellos allá fighting for our country, yo acá cantando canciones así, ¿ves? So when ya se acabó la guerra y todo, it's a lot of, on some of my dances all over the States, you know, había veterans aquí en Texas, donde quiera. Yeah. And I made a lot of friends, and they would come and compliment me and thank me for keeping them going up there, you know, with my music, you know. So it's really an honor, and I'm very thankful to God for giving me this life.
Awesome. I know there's a lot of artists that look up to you nowadays, and I got to know quite a few of them. What advice would you have for the artists that are coming up nowadays?
Well, you know, the main thing is to create your own identity. You know, it's sad. See, it's sad to see a lot of groups that are talented, but they don't. They don't como se dice, establish their own identity. They sing other people's hits, which is okay, you know, once in a while, but it's not okay if you're going to start your own group and you want to get out there and be be you, ¿me entiendes? Yeah. Don't try to copy somebody else. If you really love music and you want to establish your ID, man, you create something of your own, like just like how I wrote Tres Ramitas and this and that. Mm-hmm. Y Sangre de Indio, you know, y cantar canciones que nadie ha grabado, ¿me entiendes? And that creates your own identity, and that way it's faster for you instead of wasting time playing somebody else's songs. See, they already made it, you know, so you're just wasting your time.
Yeah.
That's my advice to those young kids, man.
Awesome.
Be yourself, you know, create your own.
There you go.
And that's where you're going to be.
Awesome. Well, any shout outs that you want to give out real quick?
Seguro para toda la gente que te escucha, todos son amigos, yo soy amigo de ustedes y los he conocido. As a matter of fact, a few people sometimes tell me, you know what, I've heard of you for all these years and I have never met you. Can I take a picture with you? You know what, man, you know, fíjate, todavía hay gente que ayuda de mí and they have never seen me. Pero I still have a lot of years, Dios quiere, to catch up with all of you guys out there. Thank you for supporting me, and thank you for supporting Mr. Juan Mendoza Jr. on his radio. He's the man to play everybody's songs, okay? So keep listening to Mr. Juan Mendoza Jr. Más Chingón Radio, of course, and we're going to be sending more new material para que sigan escuchando la estación y sigan escuchando más música nueva de Augustin Ramirez y también de los Legends. Los quiero mucho.
There you go. Thank you so much. And a shout out going out to your wife, Miss Elvira.
Ya, apenas vinimos de comer, hace rato fuimos a cenar. Yo le digo, ella también está grabando conmigo y a ver si le sacamos un hit también a ella.
Yeah, she has a few albums of her own.
Yeah, well, she recorded one, pero I want to get her something new. A ver, she needs a hit también. A ver si hallamos una canción que le pegue, tú sabes.
Yeah.
Pero we're still working. And thank you for asking, and we wish the best for Rita and everybody, all those little groups, whoever's starting. Que tengan suerte, of course, and remember, establish your own identification. Your own ID. Be yourself.
There you go. Well,
get out there,
there you
and
go.
the sooner you do it, you get ahead of the game.
There you go.
All right, thank you, Juan Mendoza. Appreciate your invite. Sinceramente te agradezco mucho y Dios te bendiga a ti y a tu señora, a tu familia y a toda la gente que escucha.
No problem. Thank you so much. It's an honor for us, and it's an honor for me personally and for the station to have you on our show.
Thank you, sir. We'll be sending you some more new music as we go.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to them. Now we can put them on our countdown as well.
Ándale, pues, seguro que sí.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you so much. Have a good night. God bless you. Be safe out there.
Ándale, gracias a Dios. Bendigos.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Augustin Ramirez, El Guti, right here on Más Chingón Radio. And we're going to keep it classy with a little bit. And this is from his Dámelo album, and this one is called Dámelo, right here on MásChingonRadio.com. Súbele.
Si el amor que tú tienes te maltrata y te dice cosas que a ti no te gustan, no te olvides que siempre en ti yo pienso. Si él no quiere tu cariño, dámelo. Si te encuentras sola y triste a medianoche, esperando que llegue y nunca llega, no te olvides que siempre en ti yo pienso. Si él no quiere tu cariño, dámelo. Dámelo, 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 dámelo. Si él no quiere tu cariño, dámelo. Dámelo, 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 dámelo. Si él no quiere tu cariño, dámelo. Si el amor que tú tienes te maltrata y te dice cosas que a ti no te gustan, no te olvides que siempre en ti yo pienso. Si él no quiere tu cariño, dámelo. Dámelo, 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 dámelo. Si él no quiere tu cariño, dámelo. Dámelo, 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 dámelo. Si él no quiere tu cariño, dámelo.
All right. Some old school right there. Augustin Ramirez and Dámelo right here on Más Chingón Radio. Thank you so much, Augustin. And thank you so much for sending us all the music. And, of course, we're happy to keep playing his music here on MásChingonRadio.com.